Step 1, wake up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey there, Tiff here. Yes, today's a new day. Every day's a new day, as we know, but we have the opportunity to start again. Okay, so yesterday was yesterday, been and gone. Today's the new day. We're going to keep going forward. Okay, don't look back, just keep going forward. But in saying don't look back, we are actually going to look back in this episode today, and what we're going to be looking back at is the last month, because as you know, we're into June already. It comes around so quick, doesn't it? We're heading into the middle of the year already. Can't believe it. And it's time to actually go back and look at May and how May went, and have a look at the goals that we set. So I'm going to share with you mine, and also just remind you of the questions that you want to go through. Today also in this episode, I'm not going to go through the whole process in the sense of giving you the time to go through the questions. What I'm going to suggest to you, I'll still give you the questions, so don't worry. And I'll still put them up. If you're watching this on video, you'll still see the questions come up. But what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you know what the questions are that you're going to ask yourself. And also the other thing that I want you to then do is put some music that's going to make you feel inspired and creative, that will help you reflect on last month, and also create what you want to create over the next month in June. And I find that that's a really good thing, and I know I've helped you set that up last month, but what we're going to do now is I want you to take it in your own hands and have the music that's going to help inspire and motivate you in moving forward. But don't worry, I've got the questions here. I'm going to give you some examples as well. I'll go through some things that I've been working on in May, and just to help you feel like you know where you're going and what you're doing. And yeah, I think it's really good to share that. Like I always say, it's really good to share with what's going on. I'm going through a massive transformation right now, a massive shift in where I'm headed. So I like to share what's going on, because I don't want you to feel like, if you're going through this process, I don't want you to feel like you're alone. And if you're not going through this process, it doesn't matter either. You just keep working, okay? And you keep working on things that are actually going to give you what you want from your life, in every aspect, okay? So it's really important we do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into last month, into May. We're going to revisit those questions, and I'll show you how I put it together again. I like to write, so I'm a big writer. I like to feel very much a field player when I play golf and tennis and any other sport. And so I like to feel what I'm doing with my hands. I like that connection that I get. So if you're not a writer and you prefer to type, that's fine. But I thoroughly recommend when you put the music on for when you're going through the reflection, and also when you're setting your goals up for, or your intentions for next month, well, this month really. It's good to write and have that freedom to do that. You feel more creative. So we want to make sure that we've got that creativeness in you. We get that flowing. Okay. So May, here we go. Now, number 1, the first question is rate out of 10 the daily and weekly intentions. So if you recall, when we did this last month, we had our daily and weekly intentions set up. So we had daily and weekly there written down. What I want you to do now is go through them. So this time you can actually just go back through them and just give them a number from 1 to 10, or how you thought you performed in those areas, both daily and weekly. And then and then you can move on to question 2. So I'm just going to give you a quick example. Like, I feel that, like, for me, over the last month, especially daily and weekly intentions that I had set for myself, I feel like overall so much better than the month before. But so I've got something then that I can reflect back to in regards to the month before and compare them, because I'm working on a lot of the similar things that I did in April and what I'm doing in May. I can actually look back and go, yeah, you know, I'm so much better in this area. Well, I need a bit more work in this other area. So it's really good to track and have an idea of where you've come from, where you're headed, what's working well, what's not, and just creating that awareness. So it's good to just give it a rating, what you feel out of 10 is the best one. So remember, like 0 is like you've done nothing, and 10 like you're really happy with the performance in that particular intention, whether it be daily or weekly, on what you've done. So very quick example, build fitness and athleticism. I gave it an 8. Last time I gave it a 7. I'm really happy with the direction and the path it's going. I feel like things are coming together really well for that now, because I know where I'm headed and what I want to do. I've done a lot of research around the fitness aspects, which I'm going to share. I can't wait to share these with you, around the fitness aspects and how to help your body perform better, what things that you can be looking at it from a strength performance point of view, also a nutritional point of view. So I'm really excited about that, but so much better. Inspire people to be incredible. I gave that an 8. Constantly connect with my inner being, so that's my soul. Given that an 8, I feel like that's getting better. Have unlimited energy. I feel like I said to you, I'm going through a transformation and a shift. I gave that an 8. That's where I feel like I'm headed. Be amazing and magical. Gave that an 8 as well. So good. I'm really happy with where I'm headed with that. Always look for magic in people. Haven't really focused a lot on that. You know, I try and pick up people's energies and so on, but I'm not really happy with that area. So I've given that a 6, but you know, now that I'm talking to you, I think I should give it more of a 4. Be vibrant and passionate about life. Absolutely. I feel like I'm doing that more and more every day. So I'm giving that a 9. Can't wait to get up in the morning and approach my day and doing the things that I love to do. I've given that an 8. Not quite doing absolutely everything that I want to do yet, but I'm on the path. So I've given that an 8. Eager and curious about my day, given it a 9. So as you can hear in my voice, I'm like really excited about things, and I am. I've been thinking about recording this video for the last 2 days. I've been so excited since I actually put my goals together for this month and the reflections. I was like, I can't wait, not to share with you what I'm doing, but also to help inspire and motivate you, going, yep, let's go. We can do this, okay? So there's some examples with the daily ones. With the weekly ones, I'll give you a couple of examples with that as well. Go on bike adventures. I gave it a 7. I think last time I gave it about a 4 or something. So I have been on more bike adventures, which I'm happy about. So, but again, can always get better, can't it? Inspire people to be incredible. Feeling like I'm doing that. I feel like that I'm doing that in my podcast episodes with you. I hope I am inspiring you to be incredible. I feel like I am, because I can... I get the feeling like if I'm excited and motivated, I'm sure that helps you get excited and motivated as well. Discover and explore, doing some, not as much as I'd like. So I've given that a 7. Bike to places. We've just recently been on a few days away, got an opportunity to bike to lots of different places. Gave that a 7. Draw 1 character per week, 10 out of 10 for that one. And that was the intention there, was to make sure that I was creating more drawing characters. So I was really excited about that. Piano practice fundamentals, didn't really do a lot, did some. So I gave that a 6. And for example, the Hapkido practice fundamentals, didn't feel like I did a lot there. We've just recently had grading with that as well, but did really well with that, so I'm really happy with that, but I feel like the fundamentals can get better. Again, I've moved up to a different grade, so there's new fundamentals to be learning, so I'm really excited now about that, which you'll hear about in in the plans for June. But yeah, so that's an example. Okay, so the question for that, just as a reminder, is number 1 is rate out of 10 your daily and weekly intentions. Okay, so number 2 question, did I create the magic I intended for this month? Now, the magic that we were talking about was this particular area. It was that bottom right-hand corner. And you were to write down what magic that you were actually going to create over the month of May. Okay. And so you had a whole list of things that you had written out. And for that, what you want to make sure that you're doing is you're giving that a yes or a no answer. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the things that I had written out and had I achieved them or not. So number 1 was to continue to expand, feel alive within. That's an area that I've been really working on, and that's around the nutrition, the mindset, the body, the everything. So I'm feeling meditation, the whole thing. There's a lot of things going on there. Expanding, right? So I feel like that's been working really well. So I'd give that a yes. Second one was further develop longevity in the mature athlete. Sort of been doing that in the background. Haven't really been doing that in the foreground as such, but in the background. And when I say mature athlete, originally when I put it together, I was thinking athletes my age and older, but really it's like everybody is an athlete in some form, right? So if you're listening to this and you're, 20 or 15 or whatever, just take it on board that everything that I'm going to be sharing with you is that you can apply, because it really doesn't matter how old you are. If you're going to be in a performance realm and competing in a sport, you want to make sure you've got all these things in place as well. So it really doesn't matter the age as such, but mature, we want to create maturity within up here. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to be physically mature in the sense of like myself or older people. It can also mean creating that maturity within here in your mind, and so that you're then getting the results that you're after. Okay, so I just want to clear that because that's what's evolving as I'm going along. Number 3, build good fundamentals for strength training. Focus on zone 2 training and other energy systems. Again, I'm going to share this very, very soon over this month of what I've been working on there, but I'll give that a yes. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Another one was number 4 was to draw 4 characters, like cartoon characters, learning how to do all that. So I did that. So I'm really happy with that. Number 5, good piano fundamental setup. No, not really. Didn't really work on that. But I did make time for that. And there's reasons around that, which I'll share a bit later. Number 6, no white belt fundamentals in Hapkido, because if you've been listening to me for a little while, I've been talking about learning Hapkido this year, which has been amazing for lots of different reasons. Sort of, and improving, and feeling like I'm getting more comfortable with that. So I'd say yes, I'm sort of halfway there. Number 7, garden weed free and pruning done. Sort of been working on that. Not as much as I'd like to. I like to go and just fiddle around in the garden because I can listen to things that motivate and inspire me, so I can, keep moving forward in things that I want to do and also help you. And number 8 was lots of content around longevity and the mature athlete and putting a framework together. No, really haven't done much with that. And so what I've noticed, so out of the 8, so 1, 2, 3... So I've probably got 3 yeses out of the 8. I've had 1, 2, 3 sort ofs, and then I've had 1 no. So I'm on the way, right? So much better than like what I did last month. Last month I had all no's, maybe 1 yes out of 5. Whereas out of the 8, it's again work in progress, like sport and like everything that we do in life. But happy because there's some things happening. I can feel it. I can feel things bubbling along. So, your question, number 2 question, just as a reminder, is did I create the magic I intended for this month? And that month, what we mean is the month of May. So, make sure you get that question done, okay? Okay, number 3. What worked well for me this month? And as you know, what you want to be looking at here is what did actually work really well for you over the month of May. What are the things that worked well? So, I'm going to give you an example just to help inspire you, help you think about what it is that you're going to be looking at, what worked well for you this month. And then when you're ready, then you can get to that answering that question. So focused on feel alive within. That was good for me. I didn't feel like I developed it any further in the podcast show, but I had the intentions of doing that. But also, as you've probably heard recently, there's some great interviews that I've actually recorded for you to help just to help you in moving in the direction, awarenesses of what happened with other people in their lives as well. And like, you're not alone. Like, there's stuff that we all have to deal with, but it's about moving forward and setting up intentions for what we want to achieve. Don't let the past hold us back. Keep moving forward and working on growing and expanding ourselves. And in these interviews that you would have heard, you would have noticed that that's what's been going on, is like they haven't let the past hold them back. They keep going, they keep working on expanding, they keep working on improvement, they keep working on creating the life that they want and lifestyle that they want. So it's really exciting around that. So that's really cool. So feeling like I'm getting a deeper connection with my soul, which is really good. I'm getting deeper into meditation, and so I'm noticing a lot of shifts going on there, and I'm really learning about the stillness and the quietness that I want to create in my mind. So I found, and you might find that too, especially when you firstly go into meditation, you might find that your head's quite busy and there's a lot of things that you're thinking about. And that's what I've found a lot, is that my mind gets quite busy. And so the big focus and the big shift that's been going on recently is allowing that just to go crazy, and then working on then that feeling that I want to create when I meditate, and also working on how I'm going to then quiet my mind as I do that. And I'm starting to get to a place where my mind's starting to get more peaceful, and that's the space that I want to be in. I want that quietness and that peacefulness within, because then I'm in a state of allowing things to come to me and being more receptive, okay, to opportunities and anything else that's going to come my way. So I found that that's been really powerful. Not sure how you meditate, but that's sort of the path that I've been going down. If you want to talk to me further about what's happening there, please reach out to me. Happy to share that. What else I've been noticing too through that process, just in everyday living, is that I'm feeling like I'm getting a much deeper sense of that trust and belief, and knowing that everything's going to be okay and everything's going to work out, because I'm taking myself through this process. And it's not just meditation alone. There's a lot of other things that I've been working on, but I can feel that that's where the shift is starting to come. And the big thing that I'm really noticing now is I'm trusting the path. So I've got this path that I'm on, and I'm just trusting it, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it a daily basis. And, like you hear me talk about in episodes, or you hear me talk about in interviews, it's about being happy within. So a lot of that, yes, being happy within, feeling good within, feeling comfortable in my own skin. But all of that process that I'm taking myself through is allowing this belief, this knowing, this trust to develop, and trusting the path that I'm on's on the right path, and things are unfolding as we go. It's quite exciting. It's really exciting. Also training. So the training that I've been doing, I feel like that's really expanding. It's developing further. I'm feeling like I'm in a really good routine with it now, a really good place with it. As you know, I talk about I've had an injury with my foot. I feel like that's coming together quite well. It's getting better. I'm feeling like my body's starting to balance out, so it's more even. So my left side's always compensated for my right foot a lot, whereas I feel like, and we're noticing through massage and the chiro and everything that I go to, that the body's starting to balance out better. But it's not just working on the foot, I'm working on the whole body. So it's a whole body regime that what I'm working on, but it's creating that balance. Remember, we want balance in anything that we do, so that we're we're getting it together and we're on that right path. Okay, So big things that I'm really focused on in that is mobility, stability, strength, zone 2 training, yoga, hapkido, and then I haven't played any tennis the last few months actually, because I've just allowed the foot to go through its process of recovery, and that seems to be working well. So I'm really excited about that, because I feel like it's time to start playing some more tennis and start getting back into that. Another example, drawing. So I'm really excited that I've been able to draw 4 characters. So I've just been focusing on 1 a week, which has been really good. So I've really learnt that through a particular cartoonist that I've been following on YouTube. So I'm really grateful because it's a lot of fun. And again, it's just been creative. So which I found that over the years I haven't been as creative. I've been focusing more on, got to do this, got to get this goal done, got to get this out of the way. One day I'll do all the stuff that I really want to do. And the big realization that I've had in the last few years is like, it's now. Enjoy it now. Do all the things you want now, because you don't know how much time that you're going to be on this planet, in this body, doing what it is, right? Your body's fit, it's healthy, it's feeling great. Your mind's alert, feeling great. Do the things you want to do now, okay? So if you're in that situation, don't wait until later on. Start doing it now. Even if it's 1 or 2 things that you'd really like to work on, start doing it now, right? Make time for you. Really important. That's a big lesson that I've learnt, making time for me. Hapkido. Now, when I took up Hapkido is a form of martial arts. I took it up this year. I probably had the same approach that I had to it that I had when I initially took up golf, because I was talked into learning to play golf. I wasn't overly keen on learning to play golf. And even Hapkido, I never thought really, to be honest, I never thought I'd ever take up a martial art. Even though I've got a very good friend, Kerry, who's, like first dan black belt in her particular karate form of martial arts, and which is awesome. But I've never really been a thing, but like hearing her development over the years and so on really inspired me to like explore something. And a friend that I knew from the gym, her partner is a grandmaster, and she said, come and try it out. So initially I wasn't overly keen on doing it, like golf. I wasn't overly keen, but now I'm like really starting to get into it and liking the feel and the flow and, learning techniques. I love techniques. So as you know, I'm a sports person, so I love learning different techniques and improving myself in any way that I can. And I also thought it'd be a good opportunity to go and do this because it would expand my body, in the sense would get my body to do things that I wouldn't normally do, and take me out of my comfort zone, which has definitely done that. And it's challenged me in lots of different ways, both mentally and physically, which has been incredible. Even doing it at night, like I'm not a night person. I like to just stay at home and watch a couple of shows on the TV, maybe do a bit of reading and so on. So these sessions are at night at 7 o'clock. And that's been a real challenge for me because, I ideally don't like to go and do that sort of stuff at night. I'd prefer just to relax because I'm much more fresh of the morning and more motivated in the morning. But I've been pushing myself to do that, and I'm really proud of myself that I've done that. So again, right, working on expansion. The other thing that I really want to share in this just very quickly was that we just had a grading done and just recently, and I didn't start it because I wanted to go right through the levels and become a black belt of some sort. I actually just started it just for the fun, just to expand my body, just to create new awarenesses, challenge my body a bit more and all of that kind of thing, because I thought it'd really help my golf, and I thought it'd help my tennis, thought it'd help my training. And it's done so much more for me in the sense of being more aware of how I perform, being also aware of like my mindset is around it when I'm actually attending the classes. And even with the grading, I was really happy with the performance, because even though I felt like I didn't know much, because very much the white belt beginner, learning fundamentals, I was really happy with the performance, simply because I just believed in what I knew, and I just thought, just do it really well what you know and just stay focused in that area. And I got a great compliment from one of the other black belt masters in Hapkido, who was also one of the I wouldn't say judges, but he was judging our performance with our Grand Master. And he came up to me just the other day after we had our grading results given to us, and he said, I was really impressed with your technique and you never looked nervous at all. And I thought, well, thank you. You know, that was a great feedback. I really appreciated that feedback, because that was what I focused on. I just focused on just making sure I got the technique right, focused on what I knew, and just stayed in that moment. So I didn't get caught up in what was going on around me or anything, because there was, you know, so many other different levels there. And I thought, oh, that'd be so good if I can just focus on what I'm doing rather than what everyone else is doing, because I'm not at the same level. So why would I compare myself, right? So I just stayed in my bubble and focused on what I could do well. And yeah, I got some great feedback, but I felt really good. So it didn't worry me whether, you know, I went to the next level or not. I knew that I performed the best that I could on that in that time. So, and that was all that I asked from myself. And I was very, you know, I was quietly confident that I was going to move up anyway. But yeah, it was great. You know, it was great experience to have that belief and knowing that I could do and perform, because I haven't performed for ages in anything, you know, because I've taken myself out of the performance mode for a while, in the sense of competing against other people in golf and obviously in tennis, because I've had an injury and so on. So I was put in a situation where I wasn't overly keen, to be honest, on doing it, because that's not why I started doing it. But then I went, you know what, just go with it and just do the best you can and just focus on what you know. And yeah, it was having that belief. So that was really cool. Really excited about that. But again, I'm just sharing these because I'm just learning some valuable lessons that it's helping me. And I hope that the things that you then become aware of, it's going to help you as well. Okay. So been also, I'm helping some friends with a podcast show, and we've set that up, and, you know, so there's been great development that's been going on with that. They're really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. That wasn't part of my goal for May. It hadn't really come about. It just sort of started to formulate throughout May. So that's been really good. Really excited on the Zone 2 training that I've been working on as well. So that's been really good. Feeling a lot fitter, a lot stronger just by doing that particular type of training. And I know I keep talking about Zone 2 training. You're like, Tiff, what is it? I will share it soon. Don't worry, I will share it. And yeah, also I've made the decision to eat meat again, because I've been on a process of, you know, pretty much vegetarian, but a lot of research that I've gone through. I think it's been really important, especially as you're getting older, and the research that I've been made aware of is like we need to make sure we've got the right amino acids in our body so that we're building muscle, and that's going to help us be stronger. And also not only perform better, but from a longevity point of view, it's really important. So as we get older, we've got to make sure that we've got the muscle on our body. We don't want any muscle wastage going on. So even though you're doing weight training and all that training, you just got to make sure that you've got those amino acids in the body as well. Yeah, and then just shifting into the next phase. So it's been quite an exciting journey in that sense, and a lot of discoveries that have been going on throughout the month of May. So that's what's been happening with me. But now it's time for you to put together what's been happening for you. So remember, question number 3 is what worked well for me this month. And remember, it's for the month of May. So make sure that you go ahead and get that question done. Okay, number 4. What didn't work well for me this month? Again, like what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share a few things with you, and then you can get together and start working on those questions. Didn't do much piano practice. I said that I wanted to start working on the piano again. Didn't do much with that. I was going to also, you know, start practicing the guitar again. Didn't actually pick up the guitar at all. So, but I found that why I didn't do that, I didn't make time for that. I function better of a morning. So I need to make sure that those particular things that I especially the creative things that I want to do, I've got to make sure I do them in the morning, because that's my time of alertness. That's my time in which I function so much better. So I want to make sure that I'm working on my creativity in the mornings rather than saving it for later in the afternoon, because that's not where I work at my best. Other people are different. I have a niece, she comes alive at night, and she's incredibly creative at night with all her drawings and so on. My husband's the same. He's very much a night person, so he's much more motivated and excited at night time than he is in the morning. It takes him a while to get going. So we all operate differently, but just figure out what works best for you and where you function at your best and what part of the day, and then that creativity, bring it out then, okay, when you're at your best, okay? So longevity in the mature athlete, didn't really do much on that. Simply because there were so many other things that I'd been focused on as well. And I was also not quite clear on what I wanted to do around that, but I'm much more clear now. So I'm looking forward to moving forward with that. And, I wanted to also start writing again, and I haven't done any of that at all. So even though I didn't put that in my weekly intentions as a thing, like I didn't mention that, but I haven't done anything like that. Again, it's, I was waiting for later in the day to do it, but I've got to make sure I do it in the mornings, because that's when my creativity is at its best. So remember, question number 4 is, what didn't work well for me this month? Remember, month of May, what didn't work well for me this month? Make sure that you answer that question. And then we've got one more, and number 5. And once we're through that, then we're going to get set up for June. Okay. So number 5 question, what's next? So again, I'm just going to give you some quick examples. I've actually got quite a few things that I've written here. So what I'll do is I'll just give you a couple of quick examples, because I want you to get on with that and make sure that you get those questions done. So number 1, expanding and evolving meditation and the connection with my soul. And I'm enjoying that discovery process. So I want to keep expanding that. What I've also discovered too is journaling. Like, I want to make sure that I'm journaling a lot more. I haven't done it a lot, and really for a long time, and been going through this book recently that Suzanne Skillen, that you would have heard, she did an interview with me just recently. She gave me this great book to read. And it's been that, like, there's these 9 experiments that you can do on creating your reality, and it's quite exciting. And one of them is about unexpected gifts and the unexpected gifts that you receive. And you have this experiment that you go through with it. And I thought, that'd be really good to journal about each day, like what unexpected gifts come along to me throughout the day. And doesn't mean it's a physical gift. It can be anything like that comes your way, but it's unexpected. Like, I got a great comment from this master, he's like 5th Dan master in Hapkido, and he said, when we did our grading presentations, he said, you had really good technique. I mean, that's a gift, right? Like an unexpected gift. I wasn't expecting that from him, so I was really excited that he said that. Made me feel good. So looking at that, lessons learned, the teachings that I'm discovering and all of that. So the journaling is going to be a big thing. Creating a tracking system for my training plan. I know what I'm doing, but I don't feel like I'm tracking it well enough. I put a lot of things down on paper, but I don't have a tracking system in place. So I want to make sure I do that. And there's lots of other things, like the types of drawings that I want to do, and expanding that, what I want to expand with Hapkido, longevity in the mature athlete. I want to write a song with my guitar and the piano. I want to continue book writing. I want to also create adventures and so on. So that is mine, what I want to be doing. What I want you to do here for you now is I want you to answer your question number 5 is what's next. So what are the things that you're going to be planning towards for the month of June? And then what we will do is we will then put that together planning out your June month, and like what we've done in the past, the daily, weekly, how do you do it daily, and what magic will you create. So we will do that very shortly. But remember, the question will be, what's next, so that you can plan towards the month of June. All right, now we're in the time of resetting June. Here we are. Woohoo! We're setting up for our next month. So we've got a few weeks ahead of us to be working towards before the first part of the year is then over, and also we will come to the end of our first quarter, because as you know, a few months ago we went into what we're going to do between April and May. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to, you may find, like if you remember when we went through those three months initially, and that you had to put down all the intentions that you had set, or the magic that you were going to create over these 3 months. Go back and have a look at the month of June. See if those same things apply. They may not. They may have changed, and it's okay that they've changed. It's okay also that you may want to disregard some things for a period of time, or they may not be relevant now. But go back into that month when you did that 3 month especially set up there, and have a look and see if they still apply. For me, they do, because I like the path that I'm heading down, so I want to keep encouraging that. But go back and have a look at that first before we then go through our next phase. Okay, so now we're into the month of June. What we want to put down is, remember, we've got these columns, so we've got daily and weekly. So what I want you to do here is I want you to write down, what will I create daily? Okay, and write down everything that you're going to be creating daily. So you want to make sure that you have that in place. And then the next part of that second column there is what you're going to be working on weekly, and then you put that there. So what am I going to be working on daily? Well, for example, mine's very much the same as what I've been working on. Build fitness and athleticism, inspire people to be incredible, constantly connect with my inner being, have unlimited energy, be amazing and magical, always look for magic in people, be vibrant and passionate about life, love what I do, be eager and curious about my days, fly and float with ease. I feel like that's been happening like so much better. Feel incredible, power and alignment. Again, it's coming together so nicely, love it. To do and feel things that make me feel happy, and have everything flow freely and easily to me and for me. Yeah. So that's what I've been working on daily. So remember, that's what you want to make sure that you're focusing on, what it is that you're going to be doing from a daily perspective, what those intentions are. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to be working on what you're going to be doing weekly. So what is it that I'm going to be doing weekly? So again, I'm going to give you my examples from me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one new character a week, like I've been doing. Plus I want to create my own character, so from scratch. So I only want to do just the one character out of the month, because I want to think about what it is that I want to create, and see if I can create those characters that I've been learning to do. But see if I can create my own and see what comes about that. So that's a thing that I want to be working on. Practice my Hapkido skills, 3 times a week outside of the normal training. Practice the guitar 3 times a week. Practice the piano 3 times a week. Write my book 3 times a week. Go on bike adventures, and then working through some transcriptions of specific podcast episodes I've been listening to. I really want to get the meaty content of that, so I can develop everything for the longevity, mature athlete, for you, for me, everything. So that's what I'm going to do on a weekly basis. So your question will be, is what are you going to be working on weekly? Now, I'm just have a little visitor that keeps jumping up here. Not that if you're listening to a podcast, you won't see this, but one of our little cats, Fruity, she just keeps jumping up because she wants some attention. But she's just going to let me work through the rest of this reset, aren't you? And then you can get to work. So remember, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be working on what you're going to be doing weekly, okay, as well. Then remember the third question around that is then how do I create it daily? So you want to make sure that you're writing that down. How do I create it daily? All the things that you want to be doing daily. So how do I create it daily? For example, for me, meditation, set intentions for feeling good every day. As you know, that's always a big theme. Journal, like the sleeping discoveries. I'm having all these dreams at the moment, so I want to figure out what those are all about. Other lessons that I'm learning, other insights that I'm experiencing, training at the gym on all areas of the focus that I want to be focusing on achieving my 10-minute attentions. I don't feel like I did that well enough, so I want to make sure that I'm doing that daily and in the mornings, especially with the creativity. Write out specific intentions for the day. I've been doing that anyway, but I want to make sure that I keep doing that. Focus on the amino acid and protein intake, like I shared with you. You've got to do that on a daily basis to make sure that the muscles are building the right way. Also, by doing that, that'll be encourage better body performance, better strength performance, and for my overall longevity plan, that's what I want to be doing. So your question, remember, is like, how are you going to create that daily? And the last one, number 4, is what magic will I create this month? So remember, you put that down in the last little column there, last little section on your setup for June. So for me, again, I'll just share what I'm doing. Gain deeper connection with my inner being, my soul. Create a tracking system for a good training plan, like for my training plan that I've been working on. Develop a new character for drawing. Develop new Hapkido skills, and create a system around them so that I can remember them really well and know how to put them together from a technical perspective. Develop friends of mine their podcasts and help them build their online community. Develop longevity and mature athlete, the 3 steps and what I want to be doing around that's going to help you. I want to write a song. I want to see how many adventures that I can do on my bike this month, whether it's 3 to 4 adventures is the plan, and identify where I want to take the book. I've got a few books in the mix that I've been working on in the past, so I'm not sure if I want to continue building those and working on those or create something new, because of this expansion and this development that I've been going on. I'm not sure whether I want to continue writing those or create something new. So that'll pan out as I go. So your question, remember, is what magic will I create this month? And I want you to make sure that you get that in place. So remember, when going through these reflections for May and also planning out your intentions for June, make sure you go through and give yourself that time. You will feel like energized and excited about the month, because then you know the direction you're going to take and the path that you're actually going to be working towards. Really powerful, right? We want to create that connection. You want to get excited. You want to be motivated. You want to be inspired. So that you're going to be taking inspired action. It's not about taking action and working hard. You want to feel inspired to take the action, and that's how the goals and the intentions and everything come about. Is like when we take inspired action, that's when everything is then created in the way that we want. Like even me shooting this video, I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days, and I'm inspired to share it with you, because not only it inspires me and it motivates me, I have that intention of helping inspire you, or assisting in inspiring you and motivating you into, creating what it is that you want and what you want to get out of everything that you want to accomplish in your life. So I hope you enjoy that process. Make sure also that you put some music on in the background when you're working through these questions. Very, very important that you do that because it's going to be so powerful for you, and it allows those creative juices as such to flow. And I find that doing that, like with me, I just find some focus music and so on that I really like off YouTube, and then I just play that in the background while I'm working through that. So I find that it helps with your creativity. It's really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, resetting for the month of June. Love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard. If you'd love to send me what your intentions are for the month, love to hear from you, or any insights that you gained from this episode, or also what you've discovered from yourself throughout last month in May, and also the insights, even the awarenesses that you've already created for setting your goals up for June. Love to hear from you, so just send me an email. I'd love to hear that, and you can also leave comments down below as well, and share with me what's been going on for you, the insights that you've discovered. And please share these episodes with your friends so that we can build this community as big as we possibly can. And always remember this: dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Have an absolutely awesome day. Take care. Look forward to seeing you real soon, and bye for now. See you later.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.